BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. So I've got a 3-year-old in the back playing a tablet, so just bear that in mind in case I have to answer to any unreasonable demands. Right, so long story short, so we've just had a pullback now. It was below the 26,200, which also, I have to say, at this point now, the support zone was a little higher than that, as the Bollinger Band has been creeping up ever so slightly. So the resistance on this, which should hopefully flip to support, is 26,360, thereabouts, on Bitcoin specifically. Now, looking across the board, there is some relative strength building and present already on altcoins. And if we have a look over here on the old Bitcoin dominance chart, we can see that the descending triangle broke out, but looks kind of almost like a fake out, really. Normally when you get these formations, the closer you get to the end of the apex, the more likely it is that you get a fake move. So if we break out, earlier than 70%, 75% of the way through the apex, then you would expect follow through in that particular direction. In this case, again, it is only the dominance chart, and it is in the context of a bullish chart, really, anyway, when you're looking at the general trend. It was quite close to the end of that apex. We've crept out, and we seem to be curling over. We've got two drives of bearish divergence here, hidden bearish divergence, sorry. And with that, we might be looking to break down again, back down at least to the top of the range, 49% dominance, maybe a bit lower, hitting some of these 200 simple or exponentials, and maybe even lower than that. So it might be a bit early or premature to call for an alt season, but I don't really see too much of a problem in taking some positions in alts, which is what I've done this morning, basically just before I made this video. So turning our attention over to that, it again is premature. Tight stop losses have been placed, because really I want to see Bitcoin trading above this Bollinger Band center. We do have an incoming death cross on exponentials, which often gets retested anyway. So I'll be looking to see if we can get above here to hopefully keep those longs in place. Now, looking at the top of my board here, these are some of the altcoins that I'm more interested in. Obviously, Chainlink's been doing very well anyway, so that's cool. And again, hitting the targets that we've set ourselves in the short term on the Patreon live stream. So that's looking quite good still, although the tether pair is looking relatively overheated. Atom Bitcoin is actually trending. It looks like it actually wants to break higher on this one now, as we've hit the Bollinger Band after a short consolidation. Plenty of room to run on these, by the way. These are definitely decent opportunities to pick up at these low levels, even if it's just for an investment. R&DR, I've re-entered this one. As you can see on the Bitcoin, on the tether pair, we've come back down to the Bollinger Band center. So far, haven't a reaction on that. Hopefully looking to trend back up to our previous levels of resistance and maybe beyond. So this is all quite good. Algorand surprisingly looking okay. Giant consolidation, breakout of the trend line and trending up ever so slightly. The money flow index, though, being the main problem on this one, sitting here at 93. So I'm thinking, if anyone's entering into a position on this one, I'd be very careful. But it does look like a general change of behavior on this one. Over on the Bitcoin pair, we have not quite yet got any kind of signal on the Ichimoku cloud, and again, quite overheated, only trading at 5 Bitcoins in a 24-hour period. So the volume is so low on all these altcoins, especially with their Bitcoin pairs, that we shouldn't expect too much in the short term. But I can tell you now, if we are looking at these as investment opportunities when the volume is incredibly low, remember, you're very early, right, as an investor. The volume shows that nobody wants to buy this stuff right now. Nobody has any faith in it. And so by buying these altcoins when they are extremely low in volume, when these start trending up at 50 Bitcoins, 500 Bitcoins, 1,000 Bitcoins in a 24-hour period, which at some point down the line in the next couple of years, that's what it will be. That sort of volume is what it takes to create charts which look like this. And when they go shooting straight up to the moon and stuff, that is what it is. That's what the volume is. You see nobody wants this stuff down at these low levels, and then when the volume comes in hard and strong, kapow all the way up to the top. This is going to be the case across the board for all these altcoins, that at least the ones that I focus on, which aren't shit coins basically. They are like relatively decent coins with utility and decent teams, and they're not scams basically. But right now nobody wants them and the volume is low, which makes them relatively hard to trade short term. You might get spikes up and then they have to consolidate afterwards because the money flow is just not in there, so what comes in has to be taken out in the form of spot trading. Investing, you know, long haul, low volume is your best friend. Trading short term, low volume is a real pain in the ass. So just to put it into context, there are trades to be made, but you can't expect them to go particularly high at this level. Not when sentiment's low, market's low. Even Bitcoin, you know, what we're trading at, you know, 600 million on Binance, which is obviously a hell of a lot. You know, that's an enormous amount of volume, but we stand back and recognize what it really is. It's low in, you know, comparatively to what it has been. So either way, long story short, I might be entering into these longs prematurely. I'd like to see Bitcoin trading back above 26,350 thereabouts, but until then we still have this trend line on the RSI, which gave us the bullish divergence. We should expect it to hold. I don't expect it to collapse, and if we do come down further, maybe only the bottom of the Bollinger Band range, around 25,400, which is, you know, really not that far at all from where we are right now. And again, at that stage, we try the positions once again. A 3% move on Bitcoin could amount to a 5 to even, you know, more on altcoins, which, in my opinion, will give us much bigger bounces. And the ones I'm most interested in are the ones that I've highlighted in. There's lots out there. You go have a little flick around. You'll see altcoins aren't as bad on this current move down as you might expect, but it doesn't mean that they're not high risk. They absolutely are. Dominance chart does offer a bit of a move down, whether you're bullish or bearish on this market. So we'll see what Monday brings. Again, the fear of recession creeping into the common language right now. Everybody's afraid of recession. But normally, well, I say normally, statistically, if you buy into a recession, you're usually quite close to buying an extreme low for, you know, short term and long term. So just remember that, you know, recession is bad for your average person out there, but it's normally pretty good for assets. Right, I'll leave it with you there. But thank you for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.